Hello there in YouTube land, it's Zach again, it's back, Zach, get back. I need like an intro song. I'm Zach, I'm back, showing you some crack. Maybe not, that's not a good introduction. So we have Ahu in the background, he's hiding. I'm house sitting for my client, and Ahu is my good buddy. But right now, he's not too happy with me. I don't know why. So I wanted to continue a little bit of the conversation from earlier today regarding desire and suffering. And so really what I wanted to say, and I'm just going to say it, is that what you are desiring is what God desires for you. What we desire is what God wants for us. What we are seeking is seeking us. So I have this, this is my own little insight. I always questioned when I started learning about religions, and I started learning about Buddhism, and learning about Hinduism, and hearing all these teachers speak, and these gurus, and these swamis, and they said you have to have desirelessness or else you suffer. But there was something inside of me that didn't understand that. And I questioned that. I said, how can there be no desire? How can we expand? How can we grow if there is no desire? And so I learned what I explained in the previous video from earlier. Is that the desire is God's wanting for us. Because that is the way that the universe is experiencing itself. Without us, as extensions of the universe, unconscious extensions of God, of the Mother, Father, creative principle, God, we are experiencing ourself with fresh eyes. That's why when we stop in living life with enthusiasm infused with God, we die. Because those eyes are no longer anew. They're no longer fresh. We no longer see the world through a childlike demeanor. Not an immature demeanor, but a demeanor as everything is fresh, everything is new. So, as extensions of divinity, of consciousness, of God, the way that that creative principle can understand itself is through our eyes, through the eternal witness that is us. So we have all these different extensions of ourself, of our highest self, which is God, which is universe, which is spirit, which is Brahman, whatever you want to call it. So what we are seeking, the reason we desire it so much, is because the universe wants us to experience that in order that it can understand and know itself even deeper. So the reason that I want my soulmate, my twin flame, my eternal partner, is because the universe wants that for me. That internal desire, that internal yearning for my soulmate, if you will, is the universe wanting to experience it and experience itself through my experiences. In the Bible, when they say everything shall be returned to God, that's what it means. Everything has to be returned to God because everything is God. There's nothing that is not God. Even the dying tree is God. It's just renewing its life. And it is transmuting form. So from going to this big grandiose tree to the new minerals within the earth that will fulfill another tree. We have desires because that is how source consciousness, the infinite principle, understands itself. And I'm going to keep repeating that until it finally finds a spot in your consciousness, a spot in your heart where you remember that. We have desires because that is what God wants for us. Why else would there be desire? A true desire. I'm talking about desire from the heart. That yearning to be healed if you have illness. That yearning to be with your divine partner. That yearning to make an impact in others' lives. That comes from the soul. And so if we can understand that somewhere those experiences already exist, whether you call it non-physical or divine mind or those Akashic records, those exist. And therefore the universe wants to know those things through your experience, through your eyes, through your love. That is why we are so damn important. Behind these eyes, behind this mouth that is uttering vibration, which you interpret through your ears, there is a perceiver, and that perceiver is the eternal witness. And the eternal witness we can call the God mind. That in itself makes you important. That in itself can allow you to sit in peace and quiet and say, ah, of course. But of course, it is already mine. How can I desire something that I already am? I don't need to suffer. What I need to do is let go. I don't need to hold on to the chair and try to find a way to put the chair here, there, 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 over there, and my hands are getting tired and my back hurts and my arms hurt. Just let it go. Put the chair down and it will land where it needs to land. Don't restrict it through your thoughts of, I don't know how it's going to happen. When is it going to happen? Where is it going to happen? Doesn't matter. What matters is the knowing in your heart, in the knowing in our hearts, hearts. Say that 10 times fast. It sounds sexy. Hearts. It sounds weird, actually. The knowing in our hearts is what is important. Knowing that we are God consciousness. It's experiencing itself. And the desires of our hearts are the desires that God has for us. Now how beautiful is that? That kind of remembering, that kind of awareness makes life so much more easy. Then you can give your gift everywhere you go. You can be the light that you naturally are by letting go and understanding, of course, it's already mine. How could I possibly want something that I already am? I don't want it. I know that it is mine, and I will allow the universe, the flow of life, the flow of God to move through me so that I may experience myself in these desires, in these manifestations. That's the good stuff right there. You know it. You know that, girl! Alright, that's it. Hey, who's tired of me talking? As always, I love you all so very deeply. Truly. We are all God experiencing each other. We are all God experiencing ourselves. Remember that. Remind yourself of that. It's a constant practice. I do it all the time. But that realization right there relieves your suffering in and of itself. I love you guys so very dearly. I appreciate you guys always watching these, and I love your comments and questions and everything. I love your perspective because it's beautiful and it's perfect and it's divine, as are you. And I will talk to you next time. Goodbye.